That's right, you guys. My business failed. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. We're not talking about Buff's Pokemart. We're just getting that rolling and started. All is good there. But we are talking about my first business venture, which is a fitness business that I did for the year of 2023, basically. And what I learned from that, looking back on it now, and how that's helping me with this business. So, what's going on, you guys? My name's Tucker, aka Buff, owner of Buff's Pokemart, and here is how my failed business is helping me with this one. So, in the year of 2023, I went through and started a fitness business with personal training and nutrition coaching. So, I have my own fitness journey and story and everything, but that's a video for another time. That pretty much fitness became my passion. I enjoyed it. I did personal training for a little bit as my job back in 2015 to 2019. So coming into 2023, I thought, hey, I'd like to go through, stop doing the corporate gig, and start my own business. So this is kind of what I've learned looking back on it now, actually really sitting back, looking at, okay, hey, this is where this went wrong. This is where that went wrong. And these are kind of the main things that I found within it that really contributed to it essentially not succeeding the way that it had. So hopefully you guys find some value in this. If you do, let me know. If not, also let me know. I appreciate any and all feedback. So hopping right into it. First one was rose-colored glasses. So when I was setting everything up business plan wise and kind of laying it all out, in my head, I was like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. This is going to happen when I do this. And this is what is going to happen here when I do this. I'm going to make all this money and we're going to ride off into the sunset. So as we all know, that's rarely ever how anything goes in life. So, as you can guess, that's definitely not what happened. So, from there, I learned that you can't always put all your eggs in one basket. Yes, you need to go full force into everything, but you got to be able to flow and roll with the punches when things don't happen like they're supposed to. Because majority of the time, they're not going to happen like you thought that they would. And you're going to have to figure out a way around it, or a backup plan, or just a different route entirely. So from there, not everything's going to go as planned, you guys. Figure out what you can do to flow and roll with it and make it work for you, or just find another way around it. 2, the next thing I did was I dove head first into the business. So with that, I quit my job. I had a job, I was doing sales, fully went through, said, yep, I'm leaving, I'm done, I'm going to go start my business. Do not do that. I repeat, do not do that. Take it from me. It puts an extra added layer of stress onto the business that's not needed. Starting a business and trying to grow a business is already stressful enough. You don't need to add another layer onto it by quitting your job and going full force, head first into the business and essentially relying on the business to pay bills, pay rent, put food on the table, all of that stuff. It's an extra added layer of stress that just isn't needed. Build your business on the side. While you still have your day job, your regular job, build your business on the side, because that is where you're going to learn to love the grind. You're going to grow to love it. You're going to grow to love every aspect of it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. It's not going to be a cakewalk. And it's definitely going to try you at times on, do I really want to be doing this? But if you stick it out and this is really what you enjoy and what you like to do, that is going to show you a lot on how far you can take this. 3, did not utilize resources. So if you guys have a lot of resources, whether it's information, books, videos, YouTube videos, anyone around you that's been successful in business, and it doesn't have to be the exact same business venture that you're going into, but just business in general. Someone that can give you guidance, pointers, answer some questions here and there. They might not be able to give you a specific answer depending on what you're asking them, but they'll be able to point you in the right direction of, hey, this is kind of what I would look at if this is what you're running into. So for me, I had a gentleman that was already very successful in the fitness realm, and I did not go through and utilize him as a resource enough. I should have reached out. I should have talked to him a lot more about things and gone to him with questions. But now, for the Pokemon card business, I've actually reached out to him, had multiple conversations with him, whether it's, same day, multiple conversations, or throughout the week, with just asking for guidance here and there, asking for input, being a sounding board, and just overall business guidance and suggestions on what route I should go. And it has actually proven to be extremely helpful. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Use the resources. You guys have them. They're there. Go ahead and use them. Which brings me to my next point of resources. If you guys are enjoying this video and like the content that we have here, go through, give this video a like, comment down below on what you have taken away from this video or more content that you would like to see from the channel, and go through and give us a subscribe and turn on that bell so you get notified when we go through and post our content to the YouTube channel. We are looking forward to growing with you guys and having you follow along on this journey. Number 4, terrible/lack of consumer content. Now with this, looking back, I made a lot of content that I would like and not so much that I knew my consumers would like. Now with that, Number 4, terrible and lack of consumer content. So with this, I went through and I put out content that I liked. But I'm not necessarily trying to target myself if I'm trying to grow a business. I'm trying to target my clients or consumers. So I would recommend going through, finding out what it is that your target market consumes, whether it's pack openings, product reviews, updates on information of what's going on in the Pokemon world or the TCG world or whatever business venture it is that you're going through. Figure out what your consumers watch and what they want out of your content and go through and make that content. Because yes, while you yourself are a consumer, what you like, your target audience might not like as much as you do. So I know it seems kind of weird and sounds kind of, oh, what do you mean? Like, I am a consumer. I like this content. Why wouldn't other consumers like it? All I'm saying is just take a look into it and find out, hey, is this really going to be the best content to put out? And are they really going to enjoy it? Because if that's not going to benefit your target market, oh, God. Four, terrible and lack of consumer content. So with this one, go through, take a look at what your target market and audience likes to consume content-wise. That's going to give you a good base of what to start off of and what to go through and use content-wise to build your business. I went through and created content and put content out that I enjoyed. It was more almost as like promotional material than anything. Didn't really provide any value, didn't provide any sort of substance or anything like that to my consumers, didn't necessarily have a call to action or anything as well. So pretty much was just putting out content to put out content that didn't really have any sort of direction. So when you're trying to build a business and grow a business, your content that you put out has to be calculated and it has to have direction. Taking a look at what your consumers like, what your target audience likes to consume content-wise, that's going to go through and be extremely helpful to make sure that you're hitting that target audience that you would like to captivate. And number 5, too caught up too fast. So with this, there was stuff that I got caught up with in the beginning of my first business that I really didn't need to get caught up with. You know, t-shirts, hoodies, keychains, stickers, water bottles, all of this crazy stuff, you know, continuing education, all of that. I just needed to get the basics down and just be able to get enough clients to pay rent and put food on the table and pay bills. That was what I needed to focus on, not the other flashy stuff. That stuff can come down the road. Once you're hitting a, you know, certain threshold that you feel comfortable with, sure, venture out, go into a couple different things that you'd like to add and everything, but don't go crazy, don't go overboard. Take it from me. I went through, I ordered everything in the beginning all together, thinking, hey, this is going to be huge, this is going to be awesome, it's going to help the business. And it just wound up being an expense and didn't really do too much of anything other than bring me some bills that I had to pay. So from there, my response to that I'm taking into account now, slow and steady wins the race. Just take your time. You're not going to grow into PokeRev or Leon Hart or PokeNE overnight. It's probably not going to happen in 3 months. Probably not going to happen in a year. But if you continue to consistently chip away at the little monotonous things, that is what's going to help you grow and succeed, and then give you the ability to go through and increase your business, expand, go get the t-shirts, the hoodies, the water bottles, the keychains, all the extra stuff, you know, expand the business into getting a part-time employee, expanding your, you know, software, your hardware, any of that stuff. But don't get caught up in doing that stuff too early. Take your time, chip away consistently at the small, monotonous, boring things, because that stuff is what's going to lead up to the big stuff and then is going to give you the opportunity to expand and grow that business. So looking back on all of these, I'm extremely glad that they happened. This was hard to kind of put together at the time back then when I looked at it for what it was worth and what happened and where it all went wrong. But being able to look at it now and say, yeah, no, that's exactly what contributed to that. It's honestly super nice because it now shows me the pitfalls and everything that I've already been in that I don't want to go back into for this business and wind up repeating the same process. Because if I go through and I repeat the same process, that's a different problem we've got to tackle. So appreciate you guys checking out the video. As always, stay buff. We'll catch you guys next time.